One of the things that's really important to me in regarding the Canadian Association of Urban Financial Professionals is that the power is in the network. Since I've been pouring into the community as an active volunteer, then people I think are more inclined to want to support you. So I think that you only get out of organizations what you put into it.
So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what CAUFP is. We're an organization that has been around for over 20 years. We started in 1997 and we focus on linking corporations to the Black communities and creating a network of good Black finance professionals. And our vision is a Canadian financial services industry where Black people are active, included, and successful. And some of the ways that we do this is through mission objectives. We create networking events where you can connect with individuals and professionals from all industries. We invest in the professional development of our members. We advance careers of leaders within the Black communities, and we facilitate economic empowerment through financial literacy. And one of the other things that we're working on as well is also building and sustaining a pipeline of future Black talent.
We're on the conference floor at Fasken in Toronto, and so that's 240 jobs here in the center of Toronto. Another 300 or so people are here in support of those jobs. Some of them you see here this morning. And so that's who we are and what we're trying to do. Anything from, as a labor and employment lawyer, my job and the job of my 35 colleagues who work downstairs is to try and help employers work through their challenges with their employees, and that's here in Toronto and it's across the country.
So I'd like to share my story with you. And I'm sharing this story because I want to illustrate 2 points. As you go through today, you have a responsibility as well, because you're going to be role models for the upcoming generations. So this is a huge challenge. Learn as much as you can, establish the contacts, try and progress as you can, and remember, people have spent time. A number of people have put together this organization. A number of people have come this morning to speak to you. Use those chances to gather information, and as you progress, remember, you have a generation behind you.
The sale of the Bombardier site. Now, a lot of you guys may not know about that, but that is just north of Yorkdale. It's that big airport that Bombardier builds planes out of. That was actually Canada's largest land transaction at $825 million. That was bought by the Public Service Pension Plan out of Montreal, PSP, and pretty much that's going to be a new city in the next 10 years. It's unbelievable how much density is on that site.
Well, so far I really enjoyed it. Very good presentation, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's next.
A lot of corporations do this. They raise the prices every week, and then by the time a month passes, you go back to the same store and you realize your bill is $1 higher. But $1 doesn't mean anything to you because you're making incrementally more money. But enough businesses do this over time, inflation skyrockets, and then things become too expensive. And the pendulum shifts the other way, nobody can afford anything. And it's kind of happening here in Toronto right now.
I was working in Calgary this summer, and I was in Toronto for one day, and I ran into Derek on the street. And then he said, come to the Youth Summit. I decided to come by, and so far so good.
The biggest obstacle is the lack of momentum, trying to move an object at rest. So we're bringing that thing up, we're bringing it to life, and we're creating the momentum that's necessary to break down the barriers, to create the interest, to build up the motivation, and in turn create the access and support that's needed to get our ideas off the ground.
I think it's great. I think it made me think about opportunities outside of so I study political science, and it made me think about opportunities outside that are related.
So this is the startup room. Okay, I'm the startup guy. So if you're not interested in startups, then, I'm very charming and entertaining as well, but if it's not your topic, then I won't be offended. But I work only with emerging tech companies. My clients are in blockchain and crypto and artificial intelligence.
I think this is very inspiring, for one, because I am in the arts, social sciences, and not a math kid.
Every time you're on your phone, you are generating data that I can use to do something with you, right? Intel predicted in 2016 that every person in this room, would be generating 650 megabytes of data every day. By 2020, you're going to be generating 1.5 gigabytes of data every single day. Walking, the act of walking, you're generating data.
I traveled mostly in the United States and did a lot of work on the risk management side, and getting to know what executives really care about, right? That's when I realized that, hey, the technology stuff, they don't care. All they care about is ROI.
You have to ensure that the reputation of your product, your brand, is marketable, is positioned well, is, what is your target audience? Hopefully your target audience isn't the drug dealer. If your target audience is corporate, they do make a lot of money, but the downside's pretty down. If your target market is corporate, then what does that look like? Leadership is doing more than you can and being a servant leader. It's seeing an opportunity and taking that opportunity and doing something with it that allows others to see what's possible. So you can be a leader even though you don't actually have people technically reporting to you or following you.
Please do not forget that the power of networking is through networking with each other. A lot of you here today are because someone referred you. Someone sent you a text message. Someone forwarded an email. And now you can remember that the power of the networking is with your own personal peer group, those that are your juniors, those that are your seniors. So never discount someone for who they are.
When did you start your career in terms of that? When did you figure out what it is that you wanted to do in life, and kind of what were your interests that kind of like shaped or helped you make that choice?
I'd say I was a typical Bachelor of Arts graduate. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do, but I took an opportunity with eBay at the time. They had a call center. So from there, I really got interested in HR.
I think if there's one piece of advice I'd give you as in your early 20s is you don't need to feel the pressure to know what you're good at and what you're passionate about, because it's not going to be static, it's going to change over time.
Things that we do to prepare. One thing that I've focused a little bit more on recently was just understanding different industries and what's happening in the industry before I go to interviews, or even just having conversations with people.
I think I learned a lot, and it was a great place also to make connections, not only with other fellow college, university students, but also with the people who were in the sessions advising it.
You really have to put yourself on par with people of privileged backgrounds. You have to create those networks yourselves. And if you know there's some place where you're lacking or an opportunity that you want, find someone around and ask them out for coffee.
McKinsey prepared or actually did a report on diversity. It's called Diversity Matters. It's available online, and it really highlights the benefits of having a diverse workforce.
It's really interesting how the professionals are from different backgrounds, so you can get insight on what you want to do after graduation.
We don't care about your ethnicity at all. We hire based on, we look around the community, and I think we're a good reflection of the community. If you look at our workforce right now, in the administration groups, we're very, very diverse. Culturally, and ability-wise as well, we're very diverse.
I'm a mining guy. I'm part of what we call our basic materials practice. And really, the focus here is helping our metals and mining clients, and in my case, it's primarily mining clients, tackle the most challenging and tough problems.
Think about the Kentucky Fried Chicken secret formula. What would you do if you had that formula in your computer to keep it safe?
Us having events like this and having conversations with just members of the community and finding out what their journey was like.
Today we just wrapped up our 5th annual Youth Summit, which is pretty much creating a pipeline of talent, of black talent specifically, for the financial services sector, for consulting, for law firms, all industries across Bay Street as well.
This is a great event that allows us to give back to our community to help build up
everyone.
I think it's a phenomenal opportunity for them to learn about the diverse careers that are available and to see diversity in those careers so that they can see themselves getting into those opportunities as they grow.